National Institute of Yoga and Ministry of Ayush, Government of India has launched the Yoga Mahotsav 2022, a 100-day countdown for the 8th International Day of Yoga. The 100-day campaign will be organized in 100 cities and in 100 organizations till June 2022 across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, we feel honored. The Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education and Research, Chennai is selected by Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga and Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, to organize Yoga Mahotsav 2022, a common yoga protocol in health, well-being, and world peace. The International Day of Yoga, June 21st, will also features 75 heritage cultural sites as a part of the government initiative Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now I would like to request a cultural program participants to come on the stage as a part of the cultural heritage. I invite the group from FIST Maher on the stage to perform the yoga dance. I request all the participants to come on the stage for performing the yoga dance.
गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोधिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि विष्णुनुते भगवति हेशिति कण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुर यगवर्तिनि शैलसुते ऐशतखण्डविखण्डितरुण्डविखुण्डितशुण्डगजाधिपते गजगण्डविधारण चण्ड पराक्रम शुण्ड मृगाधिपते निज भुज दण्ड निपातित खण्ड विपातित मुण्ड कटाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकवर्दिनि शैलसुते ऐरण दुर्मद शत्रु वधोदित दुर्धर निर्जर शक्तिवृते चतुर विचारेण महाशिव धूत कृत प्रमथाधिपते दुरितदुरीगनुराशय दुर्मतिदानवदूतकृतान्तमते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकवर्दिनि शैलसुते
Thank you all. All the participants of FYST Meyer, it was such a wonderful dance performance, welcoming dance for our guest speakers. Once again, I thank you all the participants of FYST Maher. May I now call upon stage all the dignitaries. Professor Dr. R.S. Neelakandan, Vice Chancellor Maher. Please, sir. Dr. C. Kritika, Registrar Maher. Dr. K.V. Rajasekar, Dean, Meenakshi Medical College, Hospital and Research Institute. Dr. Fabiola M. Dhanraj, Principal AMCON. Dr. Shashikumar Armugam, Principal FSH. Dr. R. Ilangovan, Professor and Head, Faculty of Yoga Sciences and Therapy, Maher. I request all of you to please take the seats. Thank you. May I now request one and all present here to raise for the Tamil Thai Vaarthai.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மகனமென திகழ்வத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதிரந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு இவை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுனே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறந்து என்று செய்ய மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you. Please be seated. May I now call upon stage Priya and team from FIST Maher for the prayer. Once again, I request all of you to join the prayer just by closing your eyes. Just join the prayer.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, team FIST Maher. Again, it was an auspicious moment to begin our program, Yoga Mahotsav. Let us begin the session with the lighting the lamp. Now, may I now request the honorable guest, Professor Dr. R.S. Neelakandan, sir, Dr. C. Kritika, K.V. Rajasekhar sir, Fabiola ma'am, Shashikumar Armugam sir to please light the lamp. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Dr. R. Ilangovan, Professor and Head, Faculty of Yoga Sciences and Therapy, Maher, to present the welcome address. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning to one and all. It is yet another occasion for Megar to get into this global arena by organizing such an historic and memorable program of many reputed organizations. First of all, we express our thanks and our pranams to Thiru A.N. Radhakrishnan Sir, Chancellor, Mrs. Jayanti Radhakrishnan, Rector, and also Dr. G. Gokul, Managing Director, Meenakshi Ammal Trust, Mr. R. Naveen Rakesh, Managing Director, our Medical College, Honorable Professor Dr. R.S. Neelakandan Sir, the Vice Chancellor, and also Professor Dr. C. Kritika, our Dynamic Registrar, Professor Dr. K.V. Rajasekhar, Dean, our Medical College, and Dr. Fabula Dhanashekhar, our Principal, and also Dr. Sasikumar from FAA. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all other professors, associate professors, and also assistant professors, academic and administrative staff of all our mega institutions, and very particularly the students. We express our sincere thanks and we welcome you all at this August gathering. As you know very well, yoga is for behavioral transformation. Yoga is for personality development. Yoga is the greatest, richest legacy that ancient Indians, they gave it to the world. So at this juncture, we are popularizing yoga by organizing this function, these programs, and also I'm very happy to note here our medical commission, Indian Medical Commission, they requested recently and they permitted for the MPBS students to undergo yoga programs at their orientation course. It is a mandatory. And another one concept is the same medical commission, Indian Medical Commission, made a mandatory rule that all MPBS students, they have to undergo 7 days internship programs in their career by utilizing all our traditional medicine systems. As you know very well, our yoga has become in the year 2016 the intangible cultural heritage status. So with these concepts, it is mesmerizing the world by its total well-being. So in this occasion, once again on behalf of you all, we express our thanks to our top management officials and the top university officials for having given this opportunity to stage these programs, and on behalf of you, we welcome them. At the outset, mother's milk is not for mother, but for the child. The fruits given by trees are not for trees, but for human beings. The fragrance of flowers, not for flowers, but for society. Let us rededicate ourselves. Our life is not for ourselves, but for the society. Thank you very much. We welcome you all.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really a wonderful welcoming address. At yoga is a dedication to give it to all, give it to everyone. Thank you once again, sir. Now I request Dr. G. Ramakrishnan, Associate Professor, FIST Mahir, to honor Dr. R.S. Neelakandan, sir, Vice Chancellor Mahir, with the shawl. Next, may I now call upon Dr. V. Subbulakshmi, Associate Professor, FIST Mahir, to honor Professor Dr. C. Kritika, Registrar Mahir. Please, ma'am. May I now call upon Dr. S. Murugeshan, Associate Professor, FIST Mahir, to honor Professor Dr. K. V. Rajasekar, Dean, Meenakshi Medical College, Hospital and Research Institute. Once again, I call Dr. V. Subbulakshmi, Associate Professor, FIST Mahir, to honor Dr. Fabiola M. Dhanraj, Principal, AMCON. May I now call upon Mr. A. Annadurai, Assistant Professor, FIST Mahir, to honor Dr. Shashikumar Armugam, Principal, FASH, with the shawl. Thank you, one and all. Thanks. Thank you. May I now request Professor Dr. R.S. Neelakandan, Vice Chancellor Mahir, to present the presidential address on the occasion for which we are eagerly waiting. He is an alumnus of Madras Dental College. He was commissioned dental officer in Army Dental Corps. He is in the field of oral maxillofacial surgery. He has undergone advanced craniofacial and distraction osteogenesis training at Leipzig University, Germany. He has also qualified for fellowship in head and neck oncology awarded jointly by International Federation of Head and Neck Oncologic Societies and Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, New York, USA. He credited over 50 international and national publications, and he has also authored a manual on distraction osteogenesis. He has done extensive research in the field of distraction osteogenesis of the facial skeleton and the fruition of such pioneering work in his 3 patents for distraction devices. I welcome you, sir.
Esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, and my dear students, a very good morning to you all. It's a great pleasure for me and honor for me to be here as Vice Chancellor of the prestigious institution and address you all on this Yoga Mahotsav 2022. Indeed, India has led the world science since its inception during the pre-Vedic times by the same by sage Patanjali. Today, in this hectic world, with all the physical and psychological stresses that we face, yoga has gained global popularity as a tool for the well-being of the mind and body. In 2016, yoga was added as an intangible cultural heritage by the UNESCO. So it is of no doubt that yoga science is recognized by the world today. The Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, has started this Yoga Mahotsav in 2022 as a 100-day countdown to the International Yoga Day, arranging workshops and webinars for 100 days in 100 organizations and in 100 places, with Mayor being selected as one of the venues. It is aimed to give wider promotion and publicity to the various dimensions of yoga and its utility. Mayor has been on the forefront of academic innovation since its formation as a second deemed to be university in 2004. We have yet again come on the forefront of innovation by starting our Department of Yoga Science, making us the first deemed to be university to do so. Our department not only provided programs in yoga like PhD, MPhil, MSc, and certificate courses and foundation courses in yoga. We also have the honor of having a memorandum of understanding with Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samastana, S. Vyasa University, Bangalore, one of the leading yoga science institutes in the world, which allows for a transparent exchange of ideas, principles, values, and expertise. So, to conclude, I would like to remind everybody present here today about the unique opportunity you have received to be a part of the conference, and I urge you all to make the most of it and apply the idea shared here, not only in your practice, but also in your own lives. Thank you all for patient listening.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Srimati Dr. C. Kritika, Registrar Mahir, to present the special address on the occasion. She is graduated from the prestigious Tamil Nadu Government Dental College and Hospital. She is the best outstanding student with 4 gold medals. She has been the recipient of the first prize in National Quiz Program and has also presented several papers at the prestigious national conferences. She has over 55 research publications in reputed international journals, including Web of Science, PubMed, Scopus, etc. She also served in the editorial board of many index journals. She has obtained research grant from ICMR and DPT and has applied for patents for 2 devices. On the cultural front, she is a talented vocalist trained in Carnataki music and has captivated the audience in several musical programs, winning prizes and awards. I welcome you, ma'am.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, faculty members and students, a very good morning to you all. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. So a very warm welcome on behalf of the Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education and Research to all of you present here. It is a moment of celebration for all of us that Meher has been recognized and selected as one of the 2 institutions in the whole of Tamil Nadu to stage this event. So I'd like to take this opportunity to celebrate with you all that Meher has made a name for itself on the global arena. Thank you very much for all the wonderful cooperation to have made this possible. So we happened to witness the live demonstration, yoga demonstration, both in the Kailasanatha temple as well as in the medical college campus. And it was truly very, very impressive and very well organized. Hearty congratulations to all the participants. You did us proud. So you can give yourself a big round of applause. It was fantastic to watch. So all of you did very well. So a big thank you to all the students for the patient, and a big thanks to the Dean Medical College for leading us from the front. So it was, he is a true role model and one that you can all strive to emulate. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the principal of Nursing College and the principal of the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences for all your support and cooperation in making this event possible. And big thanks to Professor Dr. Ilagovan, Principal of Yoga Sciences and Therapy, for putting all this together and for the wonderful coordination. And thank you for the beautiful cultural program as well. We really enjoyed it. And I'm sure you know that you have a galaxy of very eminent, distinguished speakers who are waiting to enlighten you on how you can integrate yoga in your daily life, and as well as how yoga helps in your well-being, health, life, and career. So we hope that you will find this experience to be a very rewarding one. Thank you all, and a warm welcome to one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yours. Yeah. Now, may I now request Professor Dr. K.V. Rajashekar, Dean, Meenakshi Medical College Hospital and Research Institute, to offer the felicitation. He was President of India Radiological and Imaging Association. He was the recipient of Ashok Mukherjee Young Radiologist Award and Professor Arthur Daniel Memorial Oration Award. He has 11 publications and guided many PhD scholars in the last 10 years, expert in performing yogasana, and has been taking classes on yoga for several years. He has represented India in World Veterans TT Championship in Las Vegas in 2018. Once again, I welcome you, sir, and it is really great pleasure to welcome you as you are practicing yoga for so many years. It's really a great pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Good morning to everyone. Respected Vice Chancellor, Registrar Madam of Meher deemed to be University, Principal, Nursing College, Dr. Fabiola Madam, Dr. Sashkumar, Principal AHS, other faculty members, senior professors, then all the other guest speakers will be giving their talk later on, and also my dear students. First of all, I should thank you all for such a good show today in the morning during the live demonstrations. It was really very nice to see all those students in the hot sun. They kept the time, so I should again thank you all, and I would like all the faculty members to give them a big round of applause once again. So first, I am delighted and I'm feeling proud to know that our university, and in particular our institute, has been selected by the Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush, and Government of India, New Delhi, to organize this workshop for this Yoga Mahotsav 2022. This was started with the objective of giving publicity and promotion of yoga and its utility. This countdown campaign to International Day of Yoga 2022 for Health, Well-being, and World Peace campaign will also be promoted by this event. Yoga has spread all over the world by the teachings of eminent yoga masters from ancient times to the present day. Today, everybody has conviction about yoga practices towards the prevention of disease, maintenance, and promotion of health. Millions of people across this globe have benefited by practice of yoga, and the practice of yoga is blossoming and growing more vibrant with each passing day. Yoga works on the level of one's body, mind, emotion, and energy. Every individual is a unique combination of these four factors. Only a proper guru can advocate the appropriate combination of the four fundamental paths as is necessary for each seeker. Today, on this occasion, many useful talks are going to be delivered during the online workshop and webinar by renowned yoga experts of our country. I request all the students to listen carefully and start practicing this highly useful yogasanas daily and get benefited. I once again thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to participate in this mega event. Thank you.
Once again, I thank you, sir, because he has given us opportunity for conducting the common yoga protocol in this medical college, what I can say, medical college, and all the students are participated very well in the morning. So I really appreciate your also efforts and for giving this opportunity for organizing this yoga mahotsav here in medical college. I thank you, sir. Now it's a great pleasure to announce here Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education Research is now ISO 21001 2018 certified organization. All the constituent colleges of Maher is certified. We are happy to deliver certificate to Meenakshi Medical College Hospital, Research Institute, Arilmughi Meenakshi College of Nursing, and Faculty of Allied Health Sciences. First, we call upon the Dean, Meenakshi Medical College, Hospital Research Institute, Professor Dr. Rajasekar, and Principal AHS to receive the certificate. I request Vice Chancellor Sir and Registrar Ma'am to hand over the certificate. Now we call upon the Principal AMCON to receive the certificate. I will call the Principal AMCON to receive the certificate from Vice Chancellor and Registrar Ma'am. May I now request Dr. G. Ramakrishnan, Associate Professor, Faculty of Yoga Science and Therapy, Maher, to present the vote of thanks.
Pranam Sonandar, honorable dignitaries assembled here. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first start my speech giving glory to the Almighty for making today's occasion a resounding success. Our words may not be capable of communicating our sense of gratitude to Father of Education, our Chancellor, Rector Madam, and MD of Meenakshi Ammal Trust, Mr. Gogul Sir, and MD of Meenakshi Medical Science, Naveen Ragesh Sir, for their vision and commitment on education as well as promoting yoga through various channels. We express our gratitude to man of information, our Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you, sir. And I extend my sincere thanks to Rector Madam, Dr. Kritika, and Dean Professor Dr. Rajshekhar sir, Principal Fabula Dhanraj ma'am, and Principal Sasikumar sir, Dr. Mithun Kumar sir, Vice Principal, Dr. Muthulakshmi madam, Vice Principal Admin. And in advance, I would like to thank our speakers who are going to honor our session. Dr. Meena Ramanathan, Dr. Ashik Anand, and Professor Neeru, Yogacharya Dr. Anand Balayogi sir, Dr. Bala Subramaniam, and Dr. Subramanian with their inspirational thoughts. And the organizers are organizer of this function, Dr. Ilangovan sir, our mentor, for giving such a great opportunity for everyone. And I like to thank event manager and his team who is taking this function all over the global. And I acknowledge the contribution of our staff members, especially Dr. Murugesan sir, Dr. Subbulakshmi madam, and Mr. Annadurai, and our scholars, students of yoga and all other departments. So we are all the members of the team who worked hard to make this Yoga Mahautshav celebration in a grand success level. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to invite our yoga gurus from various fields of yoga. So first of all, I would like to invite Yoga Tilakam Dr. Meena Ramanathan. At present, she is in the States and addressing directly from States. She is Deputy Director, Associate Professor, Center for Yoga Therapy, Education and Research, CITER, at Mahatma Gandhi Medical College and Research Institute, Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University, Pondicherry. She is recognized as IAYT Certified Yoga Therapist, International Association of Yoga Therapists, USA. She is the recipient of many awards. Some of them are Rejoice Ayush Excellence Award, Lifetime Achievement Award, Best Female Yogi Award, Yoga Chemal, Yoga Ratna, Yoga Seva Manmani. Like, has many awards like Yognatha Shakti 2018. She is the woman of eminence. She has published 72 scientific papers and 25 abstracts. She has contributed as author for 5 chapters in books and also has 9 copyrights, 15 compilations and 5 handouts to her credits. Recently, she is appointed as the Joint Secretary, PYUTCC, Indian Yoga Association State Chapter. She is also helping the Divyanga students like children with intellectual and physical abilities. And her topic for the workshop is Rejuvenating Wellness Among Women. I welcome you, ma'am.
Vanakkam, good morning, Swagatam to all of you. First of all, a big congratulations to Meenakshi Academy for organizing such a mega event, the Yoga Mahotsav 2022. I'm totally amazed at the grandeur of the whole event. Thank you, mega event that is happening here. So I hope you all can see my screen. So the Yoga Mahotsav, let me start with the prayer to Lord Ganesha to keep the program going and make it very successful. Om Tadganeshaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayate Om. Seeking the blessings of all the Guru spirits, going down to all the other esteemed speakers. So a big namaste to each and every one of the participants here. So the Yoga Mahotsav is on its way, rejuvenating wellness among women. That is the topic in which we'll be, discussing for the next half hour. So women have always been considered as Shakti, as the Jagat Janani, the mother of the entire universe, and the creator, the protector, and the dissolver in times of issues. So, what is it that we are we have been blessed in our faculty of analytical power, the discriminating faculty, what is called as our buddhi, which is best of with the three Shaktis who is guiding us with the three different powers, three different energies. The Shakti of intent or the will, the Icha Shakti, which is like supported by goddess Lakshmi. Unless and until we have intent or will to do something, we cannot proceed. So then, which is also guided by the Jnana Shakti, the goddess Saraswati, goddess of wisdom, and Kriya Shakti, who helps us to execute our plans and the programs that we have planned. So that is goddess Durga. So all these three Shaktis are in our buddhi, the discriminatory analytical faculty. So a woman is always, multitasking because what?
Sorry for the interruption, ma'am. The slide is not moving, ma'am.
Not moving. Is it not moving now?
Yes, ma'am. Still it is in first page.
Uh-oh. So should I stop sharing and come back again?
Sure, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Just please wait. We are doing some arrangement till PPT gets shared. Just a
Can
minute.
you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. You continue
It's
now.
not moving for me. Sorry for this technical hitch. So can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am. It is in rejuvenation something.
Okay. Yes.
Ma'am, shall we?
Is it moving now?
Now we can see seventh page, seventh slide.
Which is the multiple roles of the women?
No, ma'am.
So I think maybe you need to be sharing the screen.
Sure, ma'am.
Because it doesn't seem to be moving. I don't know what is happening.
Okay.
go a little before this. Before. Yeah, this is it. Yes. So women are, expected to always be multitasking. And they are expected to be superwomen, because like they have to be living up to all the domestic duties that, they have to be doing it with proficiency and with patience, with a smile and everything with gracefully. And equally, they have to do all their professional duties to execute their intellectual abilities also with the same finesse. So there is a huge expectation that is there on the women, which causes a heavy load on the women. So yoga is such a blessing to women, and to execute all the multiple responsibilities with proficiency and the poise. And next slide, please. Next one, please. So this is just a joke. Like all the problems that are there for women, menstrual cramps, mental breakdown, menarche, menopause, everything, if you have noticed, starts with men. Next one. Next one, please. So what is rejuvenate? Rejuvenate meaning to give new life, to restore and to renew. So what is it that is getting renewed? Because of our living, the everyday, our stressful life that we are. Like, you see iron getting rusted after some time. All our being is kind of like a coating there because of the faulty lifestyle and other stressful situations that we go through, that we need to have that rejuvenation to get the new life, the new vigor with which we have to proceed later. So that is why we need to be rejuvenated. And yoga is the best restorative technique that we have. Next one, please. With all the 8 limbs of Maharishi Patanjali. The next slide, please. Yes. The 8 limbs of Maharishi Patanjali, taking us through the health and well-being at all levels of human existence and keeping us integrated as one holistic human being that we are. Bestowed with all this centuries ahead by Maharishi Patanjali. Each and every one is such a pearl by itself. And wellness is like as defined by Acharya Sushruta as swastha. What is swastha? Next one, please. It is not just freedom from the disease, but it is also a balance of all the activities, not just the physiological activities, but also, like he says, samadosha, samagnischa, samadhatu malakriya. It is also including prasanna atma, indriya, and manas. So all these factors, when they are tranquil, when they are calm, and when they are satisfied. Next, you just click the next button. Just click the button, please. Yeah. So to make the contented soul, to make him the harmonized that we all are. The next one, please. So women goes through, next slide, please. Yeah. So there are different stages in a woman's life. So they go through, many changes, physically, bodily changes, hormonal changes and she experiences each and every change in the single lifetime that there is with each stage that is changing. They are prone to all the physiological and psychological problems because of all these changes. Like starting from puberty to the monthly periods to the pregnancy to menopause, and each and every stage has its own different changes, causing a big toll on her. So she's taking all this burden. shattering her sometimes, like beyond recognition. And all these hormones also changes the energy levels of the women, and the mood, the emotional volatility. All this is because, can be defined because of these changes. And who comes in now as a healer? It is yoga, helping her to balance all these turbulences because of the various factors in each and every stage, so that the normalcy can be restored, and she can, walk up with pride. The next one, please. Many research studies have been done. The next slide, please. Yeah. Suggesting, all the stressful life situations causing dysregulation of the HPA axis. HPA is like, the hypothalamo pituitary adrenal axis, but the previous slide I want. Previous one. Now, after this. After. After this. Next. Yes. So what is happening is that all these, the stress of everyday living causes a dysregulation of the hypothalamo pituitary ovarian axis, causing complete damage to the whole of the physiology, and the psychology, and totally disrupted functioning, normal functioning. So what is happening is, now because of the stress, there is a sympathetic overdrive that is caused. So with yoga, what are we trying to do is to create the autonomic balance by enhancing the parasympathetic mode, and creating through the vagal tone, and creating that balance between these two arms, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, to attain the balance between these two, creating the harmony in the whole of the individual, especially in women. The next one, please. There are many scientific studies which have been done, and all of them have promising, benefits. Next one, on each and every factor that are affecting the women that we have been discussing, improving the sleep, mood, perceived distress, blood pressure, diabetes, you name it, and it is there. Next one. So many scientific studies have been done on women. The next one, please. And all of them show immense benefits. The quality of life is enhanced. The symptoms, somatoform symptoms in patients with menstrual disorder can be decreased. And there are so many other publications also. This is just a handful that I have selected and given here. The next one, please. So thanks to Kalsa ji for this wonderful image depicting the benefits of yoga practices, in one image. All the benefits completely, the fitness, self-regulation, awareness, and, like so many benefits that are happening, physical, mental health, and positive behavior change, quality of life getting enhanced, life purpose, giving a life meaning to the life. And what more can we ask for with the yoga practices? The next one, please. A few of the techniques, what we are going to see now following this. The next slide, please. Yeah. So the next question that we'll be asking is, so when do we start? Previous one. So when to get started for women? How do we get started? Do all of them need to do yoga? Because they think that I'm doing all the housework, so do I need to do yoga? I'm having enough exercise as such. But yoga is something that you have to dedicate yourself to. You can treat yourself with the practices, and you can see the changes for yourself. And the icing on the cake is that you can by all, each and every one of you, and you can start at any age that you want. So all that you need to do is get started and set the ball rolling. The previous slide, please. Previous one. The earlier one. So what is The one before this. Yes. So what is the philosophy? We have so many techniques that in yoga, hundreds and thousands and so many techniques that we have. So what is the philosophy that goes behind each and every technique? The main purpose that we are doing all this is to let go. Let go of all the burden, all that we are regressing, that we are suppressing within us. But all this is of no use to us. It is only causing that heavy weight, the stress within us, unnecessary regressions. So we have to let go, we have to throw it all out. And stretching at all levels of the existence. The physical stretch is corresponding to the mental, emotional, and other levels of existence also. And stretching actually makes us more flexible, more adaptable, and adjustable, resilient, in fact. And all the postures that we are doing, the asanas, helps to accept ourselves, become more confident by correcting the postures and the alignment and whatnot, the mind body harmony, and all the pranayama practices that we do, the mindful regulated breathing that we do, conscious breathing, and especially the ones that we do using nada, the sound vibration. All this helps us to release our frustrations and irritations. And the other main important thing is the yogic relaxation, which is a gift to the whole of humanity. Nothing else can be equated to this because of the relaxation response that is triggered, conscious relaxation, promoting the healing at various levels and regenerating at each and every level of our existence and leading to attainment of sukha sthanam. So what is this sukha sthanam? Sukha meaning the pleasantness. Sukha sthanam is that zone of comfort of the individual where you are at ease, completely at ease with yourself, with everybody around, with the environment. And once you lose that sense of ease, you end up having disease. So we need to regain and attain and maintain that state of ease, sukha sthanam. So all these, the techniques that we would be doing helps us to maintain the sukha sthanam and sustain that level. The next slide, please. So let us do a few practices just now, starting with, bringing your hands together, just sitting straight, eyes closed. Let us all do one Om chanting together. Take a deep breath in. Oh. We'll be doing a few stretching practices. The Tadasana, for example, which is like stretching our whole of the being. Yes. So hands by the side. And as you inhale, as you breathe in, stretch your hands upwards, interlocking your fingers and turn. Give a good stretch. Just feel that stretch from the base of your spine, the whole of your back, stretching. If you're standing and doing this, you can feel it from the foot up to the calf muscle and the whole of you being stretched completely, the musculature, the musculoskeletal system getting a beautiful stretch. Now, as you breathe out, release your hands back to the sides. Now, one more time, breathing in, stretching your hands up, interlock the fingers, turn it upwards, giving a good stretch. Stretch, stretch, feel that stretch. And as you breathe out, slowly release your hands down. The next slide, let us do a little bit of lateral stretching now. If you want, can see the next slide. So as you breathe in, stretching your hands upwards. As you breathe out, bend towards your right side. As you breathe in, come back to the center. Breathing out, bend to your left. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathing out to your right. Breathing in, come back to the center. Breathing out to your left. Breathing in, back to the center. Stretch one more time and release your hands as you breathe out. The next slide. So we need to let go, like I was saying. What do? We put all the stress and tensions under the carpet, like we put the dust under the carpet. Suppose we have a guest at home who are just, without announcement, they are coming in. So what do? Just to clean the house, we'll just, like sweep and put all the dust under the carpet and not clean it thoroughly. So that is what we are doing with all our emotions. We are just putting it inside of us, and we are not eliminating it out of us. That is causing all that burden we are carrying unnecessarily. It is of no use to us. It keeps affecting your chitta and the vritti that is happening, all the whirlpools that is pulling you, dragging you within. So we have to let go. We have to throw out all these tensions. So how do we do that? We will shake ourselves, and then, like we uproot all the weed from, the plant, all the unwanted weeds, we uproot them and throw it out. Like that, we need to throw out all these tensions with a whoosh. Like from the navi, we do this sound. So when I say throw out, you have to give this. So you just let go of all that forcefully, all that you do not need. So start shaking your right hand. Give it a good shake. Give it a good shake. Fingers are not going to fall off. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Your left hand now. Give it a good shake. Shake, 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 shake. Now both hands. Give it a good shake. Your neck, your head. Shake, 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 shake. Shake it all around you, around you, around you. Shake, 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 shake. And now catch hold of all your tensions. Catch hold of it. And throw. Can I see some smiles there now on all these people who are doing? Are you all doing along with me? I just hope you're doing along with me. So, but I can see there is a little more, of this tension hanging on in you. So let us throw that also outside. We don't want this. So can we start shaking again? Shaking both your hands. A good shake, shake, shake. Shake it up. Shake it down. Shake it up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your neck. Shake your neck. Shake, 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 shake. All around you. Shake, 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 shake. And now hold all your tensions tight. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. And throw. Don't you feel calm? Don't you feel light now? You have thrown all the tensions, all that we do not need, the negativities, all that is bothering us. The next slide, please. So this is one of the techniques, the Om Pranayama of our Gitananda tradition by Swami Gitananda Giri Guru Maharaj. The next slide, please. The Om Pranayama, where we keep the hands by the side, and this promotes the awareness of all the energy centers, the chakras that we have. It promotes the awareness of all these centers, making us more energetic. So keeping the hands by the side, as you inhale, you raise the hand up to Anjali Mudra, and as you exhale, we come out with the nada, the sound of Om. I hope you understand. So shall we do it just three rounds of this pranayama? Hands by the side. So breathing in, Slowly take your hands up to Anjali Mudra and breathing out with the beautiful nada of Pranava. One more time, breathing in, Anjali Mudra. Breathe out. One last time, breathe in, taking your hands up, stretch up. Breathing out. Om. Just sit quiet for a moment. Just one moment of quiet sitting, focusing on your breath, focusing on the position of your body right now. Are you comfortable? Light? On your mind? Are your thoughts collected? Are you in the present moment? Can I have the slide, please? The PPT? Yeah. The next one. The next slide, please. So what is all these techniques that we saw now? All these, what are they doing to us? The previous one. As human beings, we have the previous one. The previous slide, please. Yes. So as human beings, it is inevitable that we all have our ups and downs, and we tend to lose our balance. We go off balance, we fall down, but all that is okay. It's no problem at all. But we have to, objectively think about it for a moment. Why did we lose the balance? What happened at that time? Can we bounce back at the earliest and start moving? We do not want to remain fallen down. So that is the quality that is promoted with all this. The resilience, the adaptive resilience, where we can bounce back. 99 times down, 100 times up, as the proverb says. Retaining that sense of empowerment from within to all of us. The next slide, please. And women, the next slide. When we are talking about women, women are called as weaker sex. Though they are psychologically very, very strong, very adept, but still emotionally they're very impulsive, and they can be volatile and they can erupt like a volcano at any moment. So that is the issue. Why does this happen? Because of the impulsiveness. All of us, it is a problem not just with women, all the human beings. What do? We react. Instead, it is like the trigger is given, the stimulus is given, and there is an immediate reaction from us. Say, for example, somebody punches you. What do? You react and punch them back. So that is it. So what is the time? You pause and let your cortex, the neocortex, the human brain, take over. Give it some time and let the human brain decide. Is this good? Is this bad? Should I react or wait? So take that one moment of pause so that you respond to it properly. When somebody punches you, you wait. If it needs, if the person deserves to be punched, you punch them on the nose, but after waiting for some time, okay? That was just a joke. Don't punch anybody, because ahimsa is the first policy that is taught in yoga. So that's just a joke. So what is actually yoga helping you to do? As you can see in the diagram below, it is helping you to perceive the stressor in a different way. You approach the stimulus or that which is causing the stress. You modify your approach, and because of the modified approach, you are able to find a solution to your problems, which means you address the problem in a different way, you approach it in a different way. So you are able to produce the solution, and your reactionary stress behavior now changes over to the responsive behavior of a human being that it is to be. The next one, you become more mindful of your action. The next slide, please. So whatever it is, the next slide. Yeah. The Yoga Marga or the Boga Marga. Yoga Marga, the path of yoga is a little tough, but we have to, across in that way, because that is the best one for us. But the Boga Marga is very easy. It is very simple. So easy for people to follow. It is very pleasant, but on the longer run, it is not good. The choice is entirely ours. Do we follow the difficult path, which is good for us, or do we follow the easy path, which is not good for us? The choice is within us. So to conclude, what is yoga here for? Yoga helps and enhances the women who are the beauty with the brains, and it is such a blessing for them, empowers them to become the Shakti that they are, to manifest the potentials that they have and beyond too, to unearthen the potentials and to manifest them as they are supposed to be. The next one. The story of the fabled musk deer, as often said by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Swamiji. So this is like the musk deer which is living in the forest. What happens is that throughout its lifetime, it searches around the whole of the forest for the scent that it is, perceiving. Where is the scent coming from? It searches throughout its lifetime, and after its death, the scent is taken from its own skin. The musk scent, which is from its own. So all of us are the similar in the state now, because we all have all that potential, all that we need within us. But what are we doing? We are looking for all this outside. We search without any, it's waste that we are searching outside. It is all within us. All we need to do is go within and look within to find our own potentials to manifest it. The next slide, please. So the key to health, happiness, and success, all of it is within us, and we have to just go within. The next one. As a woman, I can say, the next one, please. Comparison is the thief, right? When we try to define ourselves from the external standards, we will never have the peace. All we need to do is don't compare yourself. Each one of you is very unique. Each one of you is very special, special divine being. All of us are. And one cannot be the other. Each one is unique in their own way. So accept yourself as you are. Long nose, short nose, I'm short, I'm dark, I'm thin, whatever it is, don't compare yourselves, because it is going to steal the peace of mind. As such, enjoy yourself, and you are the best version of what you can be, and keep bettering yourself, get the better of yourself. So one last request for all of you. Just think about it. What is your focus on? Are you focusing on the problems always, or are you focusing on the solution? You know the wording, as we say, yatho mana tata prana. So where your mind goes, there the prana flows. So where are you sending your energy? Where are you focusing your energy on? On the problems or on the solutions? And one last thought, do you recharge yourself as much as you recharge your mobile phones? Every day we do that. We put it to the charger and we recharge our mobile phones. but do we consciously do that to ourselves? We have to connect with the divine. We have to do that so that our batteries can be recharged. So, wishing you all the best. And as a woman, I can vouch for the practices that I have done and how it has changed me. It has given me a new leash of life. And whatever I was before yoga, whatever I am now, it's a completely different being that I am. So, thanking again Ilangovan sir for this wonderful opportunity and thanking all of you for the patient listening and hope the function, wishing the function all the success and thanking you all.
Thank you, ma'am. I can see a very good response from our student. We got a small recharge during your practice. Thanks for detailing about the multitasking done by a woman and the way to overcome the physical, mental, psychological stress through the breathing and relaxative techniques. Now, may I call upon Dr. Yeah. Now, may I call upon Dr. Akash Anand, Professor in charge, CCRNY Collaborative Center for Mind Body Intervention through Yoga, Bijmar, Chandigarh, Editor in Chief Annuals of Neuroscience, Editor in Chief Integrated Med Case Rep, former EIC Integrated Med International, Visiting Professor KUPM Japan, Visiting Distinguished Professor S. Vyasa, former scientist, University of Kentucky, Bharat Nirvan Award 2017 for Clean India campaign by Ministry of Science and Technology to PhD scholars, ICMR Amrut Modi Unichem Award 2012 and 99th International Prestigious Sardar Patel Award 2014. Sir, the platform is yours, please. Action. Akshay Anand, Doctor. Akshay Anand. Yes, thank you, sir.
Dr. Akshay Anand, I welcome you on this platform. Again, you can start your speech. Can you hear? Is it audible?
It is not audible.
Now? Once again, I would like to thank Dr. Akshay Anand to be present here on online platform to celebrate Yoga Mahotsav 2022. I would like to introduce once again Dr. Akshay Anand is Professor in charge CCRYN Collaborative Center for Mind Body Intervention through Yoga, Bijmar, Chandigarh. He is Editor-in-Chief, Annals of Neurosciences, Editor-in-Chief, Integrated Medical Case Rep, former EIC Integrated Medical Institution, Visiting Professor KPUM, Japan, Visiting Distinguished Professor S. Vyasa, former scientist, University of Kentucky. He has also received Bharat Nirman Award for Clean India campaign by Ministry of Science and Technology to PhD students. He has also received ICMR Amrut Modi Unichem Award, 9th International Prestigious Sardar Patel Award, Quality Council of India Award, DAE Young Scientist Award. He has supervised 14 PhD theses, 20 grants and 211 publications. 32 publications in the field of policy research, 4 patents filed, and most alumni well settled globally. I welcome you, sir, and the topic for today's webinar is how to bring quality to yoga research methodology. Welcome, sir.
I'm audible to everybody. I could listen to you a little bit in interruptions, but I believe I am audible to all. If little confirmation from anyone will help
Yes, sir.
me
It
to
is audible,
proceed.
sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Kindly proceed, sir.
So, my hearty thanks to the organizers, Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education in Chennai, Dr. Ilan Govan, a good friend and who runs a beautiful department of yogic sciences and therapy, this university in Chennai. I would have loved to be there, but came to know it's a hybrid meeting. And I can see a lot of people have gathered on this beautiful Yoga Mahotsav, which is such a nice thing at a time when we are approaching the International Day of Yoga on the June 21st. So greetings to all, greetings from Chandigarh. I'm joined from an office here in Chandigarh, institute called Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. And this is my lab. You can see it in the back. This is a research laboratory where I've been working for last 20 years on biomarkers of neurological disorders. We discover these biomarkers and then we model them into animals so that we can test a drug or a biotherapeutic or any, testing moiety to screen for any of the neurological disorders through these animal models. Lately, more research has shown that a lot of neurological disorders are not really advancing towards therapy. And this is what led our to focus more and more on preventive healthcare and more particularly on various yoga protocols. I congratulate everybody for celebrating the beauty of common yoga protocol, which was given by the Ministry of Ayush. Apparently everyone in the world on the 21st June practices it. It's a 45-minute protocol and it encompasses the standing and the sitting asanas and lying down asanas with meditation and prayer and pranayama, of course. And this is a protocol everybody does. And Dr. Meena just now emphasizes. She mentioned the beauty of stretching as well as the beauty of stretching the emotions and the mental stretching, which obviously has good effects. Well, my question to you all is, what she said or what anyone I say today or what anyone comes and talks about and experiences, is that sufficient for us to start practicing yoga and take benefits from it, or should we expand it further to allow others who are not watching this program or who are not associated with yoga trainers to also derive benefits? And how do we do that? How do we create awareness among the people who are probably having lots of risks for heart disease, diabetes, obesity, many cancers? Can we help them prevent it? Well, the only way we see in our modern world, now a postmodern world, is that we need evidence. And unless we provide an evidence to everyone, people don't seem to agree to our thought process, our proposition, for one reason or the other. And this brings the question of why research is important. Is research not important just because we believe that it is espoused by Patanjali Sutras, Parent Samhitas, and various scriptures given by Maharishi Patanjali in the form of various sutras? Is that just enough for us to believe it and practice this? Yes, we can practice it and derive benefit from it. But what about people who do not believe in it? What they believe in it, what they believe on, is evidence or a proof. And the proof is in the pudding as well. So, for like all pharmacological drugs, or for example, the vaccine, COVID vaccine that came out, we all know that it is working. It has gone past some preclinical trials, clinical trials, and then it came out in the shelves around the world. And this is how every drug develops. This is how iPhone 12, 13 advances and it is used. And this is how new softwares and applications come. This is how buildings come up. The aviation industry flourishes. This is how Zoom, first of all, was tested and now it became a reliable platform, more secure platform. So these incremental steps is what constitutes the research and is applicable to research in yoga as well. If you want to expand the benefits of yoga for public in general, for healthcare workers who are stressed out, or more importantly for the patients who need it. So this is why research in yoga particularly helps us to make it less selfish, or not just deriving the yoga benefits to ourselves and our yoga practitioners and community, but to bring it to all. And when we talk of yoga research evidence, it's important to understand that this yoga evidence can be generated in good quality or in just poor quality. You can just do a few exercises and pre and post effects can be shown by analyzing blood in a naive yoga practitioner versus after that person has gone and practiced yoga, common yoga protocol, let us say, for a month or 15 days and take the blood sample again. It is called pre and post analysis. This is one way of analyzing data. Now, is this the best way of analyzing data? This is the question of the quality in the methodology we use in research. And this research methodology that we use is nothing new of today. After explaining and probably convincing you of the importance of doing research, of how it can do more social and public good, let's now look at the methodologies that are already available. Nothing new, as I said. These are available if you look at the pharma. So many drugs are being tried. I just mentioned vaccine. And these drugs go through these kind of trials in the animals and then to humans. And so these use what I just described, not only the pre and post effects, but more importantly, another term that you may have heard, RCTs, or the randomized control trials. So why randomized control trials are important? Why not just pre and post effects? Because if we, for example, here in 300 people that are present, decide to do a research on each of us, and we are assuming that none of us have ever done yoga research, but none of us have ever practiced yoga, we would like to take your blood samples now and give you next 30 days a 45-minute each day common yoga protocol to practice. And after 1 month or any given duration of the study that you hypothesize will bring changes in the blood health parameters, we will bleed you once again after your consent. Now, if we show, for example, in these 300 people, out of 300, maybe 200 people might show very good results. Maybe reduction in cholesterol, I don't know. Maybe improvement in blood pressure, I don't know. Maybe improvement in health, other health parameters, obesity, waist to hip ratio, glycemic index, maybe cognitive levels, like what was the stress before and what is it after 30 days, what was the stress or anxiety before 0 day and what at 0 day and variety of parameters can be tested. Now, there is a flaw here. The flaw in the way that you all agreed to do yoga and be a participant or a subject of this investigation. Now, you all agreed because you're all here. You were told that there is a yoga lecture and there will be a yoga study. So only those that wanted to do yoga were present in the study. So, there is something, as we know, a control of mind on our body, which is very well known as psychosomatic effects. And some call it in more fashionable terms as placebo effect. Because we all wanted to participate in the study, we were already anticipating that these effects will come and bring benefits to our blood parameters that would be analyzed. I named a few just now. So this, brings us the important aspect of a defect in research study design. And the defect is that it is replete with cognitive bias. There's the placebo effect. Only those people who wanted to do yoga are a part of, because 300 people are inclined towards yoga or already practitioners of yoga. And therefore, the results might be more positive. So this is a flaw, and this induces what is called, as I mentioned, a bias in the study. Now look after this bias. So when we plan such studies, we must bring in randomization. And randomization basically means that you bring in not only people that are there on the screen, 300 of you, but the other 300 which are not on the screen. And tell them that we are doing this study and would you like to do common yoga protocol? And then these 600 people gather and we bring a cup, something like this, and we put the names of 600 people in this and put their chits, and then we take chit one by one. So the first one that we chit that comes out, we say you will do yoga. And the next chit that comes out, we will not do yoga. This is called randomization. This is one way, and you can do it in computer generated fashion and many other ways. So then people who may not want to do yoga will also be in a group which will have to do yoga. And those who wanted to do yoga may find
Sir, you are not audible, sir. So it seems there is a network issue. All are requested to wait.
I request you, all of you, to just be silent. There is some network issue. So because of that, sir got disconnected. There is some network issue. Because of that, sir got disconnected. We request you to just wait for a few more minutes.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what went wrong. I'm sorry about this. Oh, you're all with me until I was telling you the importance of study designs. Okay, good. So I'm sorry about this, but so study designs are therefore very important for us to generate data that is not only full of quality, but is reproducible. Reproducible in a fashion that one who does practice yoga in a lab in Brazil should be able to replicate the results in Africa or India, China, Russia, US, wherever, New Zealand. And how do we maintain the uniformity in the intervention? The intervention is common yoga protocol. So at least we are done away with the heterogeneity of yoga. So we have a protocol. It is not that a particular yoga school is doing yoga in a certain fashion versus those who are doing another fashion, and that may induce effects that may vary, and we may not be able to account for the changes because the yoga protocols or the yoga systems varied. So they're not varied anymore because we have common yoga. So we have won that war of protocolization. So those who fear of that and don't like it, they have to consider the importance of bringing benefit to most of the people around us. And that's only possible by protocolization. And so we have common yoga protocol, and that is makes it homogeneous way of delivering it for the research study. Now, second is how to reproduce it across the nations, across different parts of the country, or whoever practices. So there's a need for, I bring a issue here and I label it in front of you, of the importance of SOPs, standard operating procedures. We do have SOPs for operating a machine. We have a recipe of how to cook sambar. We have a recipe of how to repair a certain plant, a backup generator or whatever. So why not an SOP for a yoga asana or a protocol? So we need to build SOPs that can be used to bring reproducibility of data, and that will also make this stand not only of benefit to the individual but to the whole society. So we talked of the quality in research design of pre-post versus randomized controlled trials, and what else can be done. Well, the yoga trainers that are trained through yoga, we already have some of the parts that are there lying in the yoga community. We just have to put them together. One of that part is orientation. We get trained in yoga in a 6-month certificate course. Some people on their B.Ed, some get their masters, and some do their PhD. For those who are going to deliver a yoga protocol, to test its outcome, the blood or heart or brain or psychology, must bring in people who are oriented for this to be given in a certain time fashion. For example, a study for a common yoga protocol is to be done for 3 months or 2 months. We must bring in yoga practitioners that are trained for a n number of months, and by a same person who has oriented them how to deliver it, in how much time, how to ensure compliance. So the formula around delivery should be constant, so that the outcomes are also not because of reasons outside the reasons of delivery of yoga. That is, they are not affected by environment or by different people doing yoga in a different way or things like that. So I'm basically saying there is an orientation element that is required, which all yoga practitioners must go through, either through a course or before just venturing into a study. Now, having been convinced that why research is important, having agreed that the research is important because that may give us the really believable, reliable, reproducible data, we must shift our focus on what we are assessing. Well, just like the drugs, a new drug that comes to the shelf for a patient of heart disease, a patient of liver disease, a patient of memory loss, although there is none in that field yet, but most of these drugs go through a certain series of documentation. What are those documentations? How do we believe that the data that is being generated is actually not fake? This is how we doubt the data from the pharmacological drugs that I just named. So we must also apply same principles and measure sticks for understanding the yoga outcomes or the yoga health outcomes. I'm not even touching the field of yoga-based spiritual outcomes, the yoga-based other social outcomes. Or I'm not even going there. I'm only focusing on yoga and health outcomes. So in that respect, there's a real need for maybe Meenakshi University, and I probably had a discussion with Dr. Tangovan earlier, of the need for having GLP or good lab practices. I would like to call it GYP. I know one has thought about it. We are mentioning it in a new book that is coming up, Science of Yoga. And I welcome you to contact me if you want to write a chapter in it. It's going to be published by Springer. But one of the chapters is going to be GYP, good yoga practice. So what does that mean? That means not only there is standardization of the yoga protocol, but also the orientation of the person who's going to deliver it, as well as the good randomized controlled trial fashion, good design, study design. But more importantly, the way we document the data, the way we sample the patient, sample the yoga practitioner for analyzing tests. How do we do that, run that test, whether it's a cholesterol measurement test, whether it's a blood pressure measurement test, or it is a heart rate variability measurement test, or it is something as simple as measuring the stress before and after yoga, the IT before and after yoga, vision before and after yoga, waist hip ratio before and after yoga, A, B, C, D, so many tests are there. They need an SOP, and this could be a part of good yoga practice. Then we need the environment that is around us, the instrument that measure these tests after yoga to be calibrated. So we are sure that the reading that blood pressure machine is showing is actually the correct reading and not an error of the machine. So this needs periodic calibration. So for example, we are doing an automated analyzer test for cholesterol measurement. It should come from a lab that is using instruments which are calibrated. We're using chemicals that are calibrated. And then in order to bring in more quality, to bring in the measurement and entries of the chemicals that are used for 10 sets of yoga practitioners, other 20 sets of people who are analyzed before and after yoga. So there should be a log sheet that should track the use of chemicals used for any of these health parameters. So which makes the data more back traceable, auditable, and verifiable. So this way, this brings in the quality of the data, a quality that is actually flagged by the pharma companies. Because if you can test a drug for analgesic effect or a drug for antipyretic effect, and if it comes to a market, maybe a new paracetamol, you can always go challenge it in court and ask if this is a good drug or a bad drug, it is having these side effects. The company will show you all the documentation that I mentioned, that they use the instruments and they put in log sheets as they did the measurements, and there is back traceability of data. This is called good. It is already there as GLP or good lab practices, but it is not there or applicable to the, as so far not applicable anywhere as what we propose as good yoga practices or good yoga research practices. So essentially what I'm saying is the importance of bringing in the good quality of documentation, of using instruments that are calibrated, of using protocols that are standardized, of wealth of people who are put in charge as quality assurance people. Another study director who directs the study and signs this document that I just named, and use the particular chemicals and reagents that are there, properly inventoried in certain designated places, with an in charge who looks after its log of the use of the instruments from where such data is used. Or a similar kind of a sheet for an attendance of people who have done yoga for 15 days, another set of people who did yoga for 20 days, and there may be dropouts that didn't come because they had to go out of a vacation or they fell ill. So a record system which actually maps the attendance of the yoga, common yoga protocol or whichever protocol which is delivered to them to test its outcome. So these set of or scaffold of documents comprise of what we propose in this book, which is going to come up soon, as good yoga practices or good yoga research practices. You may call it GYP or GYRP. And I invite you to join this movement of joining research and doing research in a manner which is full of quality, full of documentation trail, and full of SOPs and data recording sheets and calibration of instruments which analyze this data. So then, and only then, we will be able to publish data at par, shoulder to shoulder with the pharma companies. And then only after that, we can globally claim that our common yoga protocol or diabetic yoga protocol or asthma yoga protocol or hypertension control protocol or any of these stroke rehabilitation protocol are valid. And only then we can even go to a level where we can do a head-to-head comparative effectiveness trial of this yoga protocol versus the treatment which is being given for that particular disease. For example, if a patient of diabetes is taking metformin and we prescribe diabetic yoga protocol, only if we have this scaffold and these necessary quality regimen in place, we would be able to compare 1,000 people taking metformin versus another 100 or that equal number of patients taking diabetic yoga protocol. And only then that data will become valid, reproducible, reliable, auditable, back traceable, verifiable, and we will be able to deliver this diabetic yoga protocol as a drug or as an adjunct therapy. Then we will be able to bring ourselves outside our selfish yoga deriving body to a more global benefit, expansive body based on this evidence. And for the people who do not believe in yoga and for the people who do not practice yoga, to look at this data and concur that I must add diabetic yoga protocol to a patient of diabetes having a glycemic index of 7. I'm just making it up. So unless we have a very good research quality design, we will not be able to undertake research at the level the pharma companies are raising. Why do we need to compete with them? Because each of us have witnessed as yoga practitioners, as scientists and doctors, at a yoga department that you are running in Meenakshi University, that there is that benefit. You have seen that your tummy goes down. You have seen your cholesterol levels falling without drugs just by doing yoga. You've seen that your alertness and awareness is of higher standard and level than others. Look, I am not even using my PowerPoint slides. It's all, I'm already 50 years old, and my memory serves me good only because I practice yoga, and I do it in a periodic fashion. And this is what I have felt, that this is the benefit it brings. But to make these benefits visible to other people, we need to bring in such quality tools, and only then we would be able to enter to the next phase, the phase of integration, a phase of bringing yoga as a therapy to the hospitals, to the medical institutes, to the wellness centers that are coming up. And then maybe if we can go even one step forward with this kind of good yoga practices, and maybe you do more brainstorming to maybe sort of copyright it or patent it if we can, and it will require people from patent and the other people who work in intellectual property. We can even sell this as a medicine or as a package by sort of closing it down or packaging it or protecting it under with a password if it is an online yoga delivery module, and then give it to those who pay a certain charge to India as a country. So like the people, Pfizer, like the Cadila, the companies outside the world are selling drugs to us or vaccines to us, and we pay them a certain amount of foreign exchange, and those countries who invent those drugs become rich and richer and richer. We can use our ancient wisdom to actually get our knowledge economy bucked up. We can get our knowledge economy of Tamil Nadu or India or whoever packages it well in a full of quality and conscious manner. We can use this as a tool, this ancient valuable tool, to integrate in the healthcare system and then charge money for it for the country to earn more foreign exchange to make it richer. So that's the reason we need to bring in quality in research. That's the reason we need to do research. And that's the goal that we are trying to access by doing these kinds of conferences and meetings. I will be happy to take questions if they are already there. We have used these modules in various studies that we have been doing in our research lab, whether it is SVSR-led and Niyantrit Madhumeh Bharat program, or it is the one that we have just, one of the first study in which we all viewers, the first study when it comes to Chandigarh in back in 2016, used common yoga protocol of people who were lining up to get a coupon to do yoga with friends, did yoga in the parks of Chandigarh for a full 1 month, and we sampled them before and after. And because we did not have a randomized control design, it took us 6 years and almost 30 revisions and about as many rejections from various journals to finally get it accepted. Only yesterday we got an acceptance from one of the top journals. And the reason why it took us so much time was we were lacking in the randomized control. We didn't have a randomized arm. And now this paper has got accepted, and this used all the quality tools, but not just the randomized arm. So in all those various projects we are doing, our machinery and our lab is geared up to provide training for how to use these quality tools. I'll be more than happy to be contacted anytime, and you can contact me either on my WhatsApp, which you can Google and find. And this is 98159 68102, and we can together work towards improving the quality in research. And one last thing before I close is the importance of bringing the quality at the master's level, the master's thesis. I had a discussion with one of my students, and we were talking about what more we can do. And he made a very good suggestion. If we are MSc students are given dissertation for 6 months, and which is where we can experiment with the use of these quality tools, research tools, then maybe we can prepare them well for the PhD program. And this is how we can create a generation of yoga researchers who know how to design studies full of quality, so that the data generated from this is applicable for healthcare solutions. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. If there are any questions, I will be very happy to take it. I already shared my WhatsApp number. If you want my email, it is akshay2anand@gmail.com. Thank you very much once again. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for giving your wonderful information on yoga for research methodology. In terms of the design, tracking of data and quality of data to bring quality in the yoga research And thanks once again for inviting people in the yoga for research to join hands together so that globally we can connect together and bring the yoga to global level. And without research, we can't reach to the people. So this is what Sir has told. So we all as a yoga practitioners have to come together to create next generation. So research, give importance to research. That is what Sir is trying to say. So thank you once again, Sir. Sir has given his number as well as his email ID. If any questions, you can ask to him on his personal email ID, or he has given his number also. Related to research, any questions you can ask him. Next, I would like to call upon online platform, Professor Neeru Nadani. Okay. So Professor Neeru Nadani, she is professor and former head, Department of Swasthavritta and Yoga, Faculty of Ayurveda, Institute of Medical Sciences, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. She has 19 years of teaching experience in clinical and research experience in the field of promotion of health, prevention of diseases through healthy diet, lifestyle, and yoga. She has received 2 gold medals, Excellence in Yoga Award, Best PhD Thesis Award, Patanjali Yoga Gaurav Award, Vagbhata Award. She has also published 4 chapters in books and 65 scientific papers. She has also published 3 books related to Ayurveda. She is the editorial board member of 2 books and 8 international journals. I welcome you, ma'am. And today's topic for the webinar is a boon for well-being and world peace. Welcome, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. Thank you, madam. Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizers and thankful to organizers to giving me this opportunity to deliver my views in this workshop, online workshop on the occasion of 100 days countdown of Yoga Mahotsav 2022. And I want to congratulate to your institute, Maher, for selected or get selected by the Ministry of Ayush to organize this occasion and to aware the general public about the yoga and its importance. And in this series, you have given me this opportunity. And I would like to thank to the Vice Chancellor, and all registrar, dean, principals of different colleges, and especially Professor Ellen Govan sir, who is the head of Faculty of Yogic Sciences and Therapy. And in this series, I wish to talk about the importance of yoga for well-being and global peace, because this is the theme of this International Yoga Day, yoga for health, well-being, and world peace. So I have selected this topic, and everybody wants to be healthy and maintain the peace around his house and his surrounding in society and of course in world. So from where it should be begin? That points I wish to emphasize here, and I want to share my PPT. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
You all know that everybody wants health, good health. And what is
Sorry, ma'am, you are in mute. Can you please unmute yourself?
Oh, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am, it is audible.
So we can say that in modern era, everybody in the age of competition and progression, and only a healthy man can contribute for the good society and peaceful society. And for this, the backbone is health. And what is health? Because in our Charak Samhita also, it is very well written that Dharmarth Kam Mokshana Arogyam Mula. So for the dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, these four purushart chatushtak and could be achieved only by the good health. So and despite of our best steps towards peace, the intolerance, violence, and war continues among nations and our families, neighborhood, and within ourselves also. So first of all, we fight with oneself, and then with neighborhood, and then with our families and nations. And for search of unity, peace, and harmony in our
Ma'am,
surroundings.
sorry for the interruption, ma'am. Are you
Yes.
sharing the slide?
Yes. Could you see?
Are you sharing the slide?
Yes, I have shared it. I can see my slides. You could not see.
No, ma'am, we couldn't.
Why? In the beginning, you are watching. Again. Yes. Just wait, please. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am, now it is visible.
So this is brief about the introduction of my topic, as I have chosen the topic that yoga for well-being, because everybody wants good health, and in the definition of WHO, it is very well written about the well-being, state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. In the coming slides, I will discuss about the concept of well-being also. And for the search of unity, peace, and harmony with our surroundings, the people are attracting toward the spiritual leaders also. Uh, Yoga is the means of balancing and harmonizing the body, mind, and emotions and soul. All four dimensions of our life, our Ayu, Sharir, Indri, Sattva, and Atma. All these four dimensions could be balanced by the help of yoga, and it is traditionally recognized as a philosophy. We all very well know, and spiritual science emphasizing the integration of Atma, union of Atma and Paramatma, self-consciousness with godly consciousness. But it is not merely the science of spiritual awakening, rather it is a science of total well-being. Nowadays, it is very well understood by each person, and because good health is the backbone for achieving peace, for achieving unity, harmony. For all these things, good health is essential. And in this series, the discipline of Ayush system designed to bring physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being of the individual. And in this series, this International Yoga Day is being celebrated every year, and Ministry of Ayush is celebrating 100 days campaign to make awareness about the human beings for yoga. And one important thing is the actual solution for global peace is independent on each and every individual in the world. everybody can contribute in this global peace. And the common myth is that what can I do for world peace by attaining personal inner peace? Means everyone think that one single person can't do anything, but this is wrong. The fact is this: the first foundation stone or key building block to world peace is ourself only. And in this series, Maharshi Patanjali says that if an individual regularly follows non-violence, then all creatures of his surroundings also remove hatred. Ahimsa pratisthayam tat sanidho tyagah. So, if we follow the non-violence or ahimsa, then everybody in our surrounding will also get affected at a certain time and will follow the same path to attain the peace. This is the beauty of our yogic text. These are the some definitions we all know. Samatvam yoga uchyate, yoga karma suposhtam, tam vidyat yuksayog, yogam yog sangetam, and yoga chit vritti yoga. These are all literary definitions, and these are the practical definitions also, because in this world, all there is because of asamatva. Asamatva. We have to attain the samatva, samta bhav. This balance our mind, body, and emotions in every situation. We have to balance our emotions in sukh or dukh. We have to maintain the balance. So, likely yoga karma suposhlam, we have to do our daily routines with without any results or without any gain and expectation of gain. And the concept of total health is this: that is physical, mental, and social and spiritual. These are the four major dimensions of health which should be achieved by the practice of yoga. And by no doubt, by the practice of yoga, good diet is also essential. So, because with sattvic diet and with sattvic attitude and our vihar, our daily behavior, we can attain the good health in all dimensions. And this is about the four dimensions, as I have already discussed. Sharir Indri Sattvatma Sayogo Dhari Jivitam. Dhari and Jivit are the synonyms of life in our Ayurvedic text. And this is the combination of Sharir, Indri, Sattva, and Atma. So we have to balance these four dimensions of our life. Now we come to the concept of well-being. As we have discussed about the WHO definition, and in the well-being, it is explained on the basis of objective and subjective components. How can we assess the well-being? So, by the subjective and objective components, we can assess the well-being of any individual. And the objective components relates to standard of living, or in other words, it is called as level of living. And the subjective components as quality of life. So first we discuss about objective components, like standard of living refers to scale of one's expenditure, goods consumed by him, and services enjoyed, level of education, employment status, and food, dressing, housing, amusement, and comfort of modern living. So this is all about something socio-economic background also, and about their services, about their job, about their vocational standards also. And then, or in other terms, it is also called as level of living. It consists of health, food, education. These are all similar things, but in other words, the standard of living or level of living assess the objective component of our well-being. And for a subjective component, we assess the quality of life. For this, a beautiful proforma has been given by WHO also, brief quality of life and detailed quality of life proforma. We can assess on these parameters before and after performing any yogic practices, or before and after, before treatment and after treatment. Like quality of life is defined as condition of life resulting from combination of the effects of complete range of factors, like determining health, happiness, education, social and intellectual attainments, freedom of action, justice, and freedom of expression. This is that is happiness, satisfaction, and gratification, as it is experienced in such life concerns as health, marriage, family work, financial situation, educational opportunities, self-esteem, creativity. So all these different parameters are included under subjective components. So being healthy means not only free from disease, but being healthy means happiness, satisfaction, gratification, and education, social status, entertainment. All these contribute to our good health. So it is a collaborative effort of all these dimensions to our well-being. So we have to attain the well-being in our life to get on the path of uh, yoga and on the path of salvation. So in every medical stream, these are the four-dimensional approaches: prevention, promotion, cure, and rehabilitation. And especially in the case of yoga and Ayurveda, prevention of diseases is very important, and promotion of health by good practices like related to diet, related to daily routine also, and cure of diseases. And then in case of severity or in case of late stage, rehabilitation is another dimension of approach to make the person in a good well-being state. So these are the dimensional approach to attain the good well-being. Now we come to the how yoga contribute in it. Yoga, we all know that yoga is not only the meditation, pranayama only, and some asanas only. It includes all, according to Maharshi Patanjali, it includes all four sequential steps of Ashtanga. Because nowadays, many people think that some yogic postures or pranayam they can do, then it means they are doing performing the yoga. But actually, yoga includes our daily routine. In 24 hours, we should perform yoga in terms of yam and niyam also. For performing yam and niyam, there is no need of separate hours in 24 hours to spare the time. And we have to follow this yama for 24 hours, like niyam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. These are the 8 steps. We have to follow all these things to attain the meditation and attain the contemplation or samadhi and this, which is the aim of this human life. And what the common yoga practices should be performed to attain the good health and ultimately the global peace. I will discuss in future slides. We all know the components of this yam, ahimsa, satya, stay, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. I am not going to detail. This is niyam, short, santosh, tap, swadhyay, and ishwar pranidhan. And very beautifully, Maharshi Patanjali has given the benefits of all these, like in ahimsa, pratishtayam, sat, sanidho, vair, tyaga, and aste, pratishtayam, atmopasthanam, brahmacharya pratishtayam, virya labha, and satya pratishtayam. सत्य का लाभ ये है कि जो भी वो बोलता है वो सत्य ही होता है. And then this is about some purificatory procedures that before doing pranayam, we have to purify our channels by performing this shatkam according to our suitability, according to our need, according to our predominance of doshas in our body. We have to perform this shatkarma to purify to channels so that pranayam can be performed easily. And before doing asanas, we have to perform joint movements. In common yoga protocol also, these joint movements are very well listed. We have to free the we have to be free from stiffness of every joints of our body, from the toes to elbows, shoulder, and neck. Every joint will be relaxed by doing the movement, flexion, either flexion, extension, or rotation, one by one, bilaterally. And this is brief glimpses about the common yoga protocol that has been designed by the Ministry of Ayush. I have mentioned the contribution, acknowledged the Ministry of Ayush. These are the joint movement practices in first column, and in second column and third column, the various yogic practices are mentioned, like asanas in standing postures, asanas in sitting postures, asanas is in lying down supine and lying down prone position. So these are the asanas who affect our whole body. And if we perform forward bending, then to counter that one, we have to perform backward bending also. So these are the simple asanas and yogic practices which can be performed by every healthy individual. But in case of particular diseases, we have to diagnose that disease and advise accordingly. So these that can be performed by every individual, and but according to age, in old age, we have to select the practices. That is the exclusion criteria. And now we come to this Surya Namaskar is also a good set of practices, yogic asanas, which can be performed in few steps, like few rounds can be done in the morning and evening. But if it should be done in a slow way, if it could be done in fast, then it will affect as a exercise. Then the exact effect of yoga will not be there, because yoga effect on body and mind both, but exercise effect on especially on body of our body. So to get the effect of yoga as a yogic effect of Surya Namaskar, we have to perform these postures in a slow motion manner. And we come to the practice of meditation, because after doing yogasanas and pranayam, if we will not do dhyan or meditation, then we don't get the proper effect of yogic practices, and and don't get the overall effect, the holistic effect of yoga, like on the spiritual benefit and on social benefit will be get by the practice of meditation. So there are various types of meditations, but here I will discuss about some simplest technique of meditation. And as we all know that meditation can be of two types, gross and subtle. And gross on the outer things, gross things, and subtle on the inner things of our body, like Shat Chakras also. And in subtle meditation, the attention is fixed on the Shiv, Netra or Bindu, and the still point in the body behind and between the two eyebrows. That is called Agya Chakra. So on any chakra we can concentrate during meditation, but as we know that Agya Chakra is the highest one, except Sasra Chakra, no doubt. So we can concentrate on this Agya Chakra between two eyebrows. And after some practice of this Bindu, the dark spots become illuminated and gradually the unmanifest become the manifest. So this is not the matter of explanation, this is the matter of experience only. By the practice of meditation, we can experience that the darkness in our inside get removed gradually, and we will enlighten inside. And this is called the Jyoti meditation or Jyoti Dhyan. This is brief about the meditate this procedure, that one can meditate at any time, at any place, and at any age, in any posture also. And they can select a comfortable pose in which we can sit for a long time without moving, because Stiram Sukham Asana. For a long time we can sit. So when we they fit for when we set the asanas by doing regular practice of asana, then after the asanas, we can do the meditation in any comfortable pose and close our eyes very gently, not tightly, and keeping our eyebrows on a horizontal plane. Don't see upward towards the Agya Chakra, and concentrate 8 to 10 inches ahead with single point attention between the two eyebrows. This is the simplest meditation. We can sit in a silent place, so we can control our 5 indriyas and close our eyes and concentrate between the two eyebrows. And when we close our eyes and focus our attention, the mind will interrupt our concentration. Of course, mind is very sharp, and it will interrupt our concentration. So to control our mind, we can chant some mantras repeatedly within mind. still the mind, mentally repeat any name of God or any mantra to control the mind. So the mind will become busy in chanting that one, and our concentration will be still, and meditation will be strong. And after regular practice, we realize that internal light of God is realized within. So this is the simplest method of meditation. We can practice at any place, any silent place, at any time. And these are some basic benefits of yoga which are proved by various scientific researchers also. No doubt, physical benefits, psychological benefits, social benefits, emotional benefits, of course, spiritual benefits. These are all certified by various scientific researchers. So these are the benefits of yoga. Now we come to the another important thing, that world is in the need of healing by ending violence and conflict. Every country is watching towards this, and we can't control what others do. We can only control what we do. So let's start from ourselves. If we can heal our body, mind, and soul through meditation, we will add one more healthy human being to the society. And the people we meet in our families and communities will be impressed by the transformations we have undergone, and others will witness our peace also, harmony and joyousness. Everybody think that how he is happy or she is happy and he is peaceful, and they will want to find out how we gained such treasures. So the treasure behind this is yoga, and no doubt, eighth limb of yoga is meditation. So seventh limb. And the vision behind this is the vision of this current millennium is global peace through yoga, which is also the motto of Minister of Ayush, as yoga for health, well-being, and world peace. So for this achievement, there may be four steps. Like first is have an inspiring vision, then live the vision, share and promote the vision, and teach others how they can live this vision. So first, select any vision, inspire to others, live first of all, live oneself, and share others, then teach others also that how they can live also. So these are the four steps which can be achieved to transform any vision in the society. And various researchers have shown that children learn faster and have an easier time learning language than grown-ups do. So ये सभी को पता है. This is all they all very well know that children achieve very well. So let's start the basic moral instructions about spirituality at an early age, because to achieve the global peace, the ethical virtues are very important, and the ethical virtues are also the stepping stones to spirituality. So in our daily routine, we have to follow the ethical codes of conduct, and include spiritual teachings in school curriculum, all education systems throughout the world to turn out human beings with full of joy, love, and compassion. That's why this traditional treasure. That's why different countries are watching towards our India because of this treasure. And along with intellectual and physical qualities, spiritual and ethical values should be inculcated from the very beginning of life, from the very childhood. They should be inculcated in our daily habits, in our life, in our lifestyle. So this is brief about the present millennium goal and how it can be achieved by practice of yoga. And I have discussed about the basic simplest method of meditation, and I have emphasized the common yoga protocol, which it can be practiced easily at any age to get healthy, to be free from all diseases, and to prevent the diseases and to promote our health also. And if anybody get disease, then disease specific yogic practices could also be performed to get free from diseases and to be free from their complications. In this series, our department, DHU, Department of Swasthrit and Yoga, Preventive Social Medicine and Yoga, Faculty of Ayurveda. This is a subject of Ayurveda, DHU, Institute of Medical Sciences. In our department, various researches has been done and also ongoing. So I would like to emphasize few important researches done in our department on hypertension, diabetes, all these non-communicable diseases can be cured by can be prevented and controlled by the practice of yoga. Various research papers have also been published on these researches which have been done. So the effect of Surya Namaskar on fitness of adolescent school children. So various topics have been covered and various researches are still related to this. Various research papers are also published in international and national journals. These are the important works from our department under my supervision also. And internet is full of various researches, scientific researches from international journals, from Scopus, Web of Science, from various UGC journals. We can search from various sites, researches related to yoga. And if we are PhD scholars, we can design a course. These are the other, this is other list of questions from my side. Like meditation, the best meditation for holistic health. This is published in International Journal. Yoga Nidra and effect of yoga on primary dysmenorrhea, on breast lipidemia. These are the major publications. And now we come to the conclusion of my topic, that everybody know that health is essential for all activities in life, and holistic health approach is essential. And for this, yoga practice helps to increase our efficiency in all dimensions of health and well-being. And regular practice of yoga, uh, we experience the power of by the practice, regular practice. Important word is regular. Regular practice of yoga, we experience the power of God in all creatures and become completely filled with harmony and peace. And we could turn into a source of peace and ambassador of love to heal the entire world gradually. Thus, global peace begins with us. And so let's try to be best can be done through yoga for total well-being and global peace. This could be our resolution for today. This is all about my presentation, and let us light the lamp of peace in our own hearts to yoga, spread luminosity on others, and let us I start with me and you start with you. And we should pray, "O Lord, let there be peace and harmony on earth, and let it be within me." So let's start with me and let's start with us to achieve the worldly goal. So once again, thanks to one and all for giving me this opportunity and patience listening. Thanks to all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the detailed speech on yoga, a boom on wellness and world peace, which is currently required. And now I welcome Yogacharya Dr. Ananda Balayogi Bhavanini, Director of Center for Yoga Therapy Education and Research and Professor of Yoga Therapy at Sri Balaji Vidyapith, deemed to be University, Pondicherry. He is a gold medalist in medical studies with postgraduate diplomas in both family health as well as yoga. He is a consultant resource person for the WHO Collaborative Centers in Traditional Medicine at MDNIY, New Delhi. He is also EC member and Joint Secretary of Indian Yoga Association. He has authorized 19 DVDs and 26 books and 32 publications on yoga, as well as published more than 300 papers and abstracts on yoga. Yoga research in national and international journals. His literacy work have nearly 3,000 citations with an H index of 20 and an I-10 index of 56. In addition, he is a classical Indian vocalist, music composer, and choreographer of Indian classical dance. Now, the topic is all about the salutogenesis and yoga therapy. The platform is yours, sir.
Screen is visible and
Yes,
that you
sir.
can see the PPT that is there.
Yes, sir.
Today I'm talking about understanding salutogenesis and yoga therapy, and I would like to take the opportunity to thank Professor Ilangovan, his team at Mahir for organizing this event. I begin by invoking the Guru Parampara. I hope that we can see the screen with the Guru Parampara on it. Please do let me know if my slides are not moving. तत्परम्पर्याय विद्महे ज्ञानलिङ्गेश्वराय धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ योग महर्षि डॉक्टर स्वामी गीतानंद गिरि गुरु महाराज की जय। ओम पुदुवै कलैमामणि पुदुवै शक्ति योगचारिणी अम्मा जी मीनाक्षी देवी भवनानी गुरु माता की जय। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। So I'm representing Saiter of Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth today, and at our university, our focus is salutogenesis, and that is the focus of my topic also today. That we want to move from pathogenesis, a focus on disease, towards salutogenesis, a focus on health. And I offer this presentation to my loving mentor, our former Vice Chancellor, Professor Seduraman sir, who introduced us to salutogenesis and its importance in healthcare. I hope that you can see a very beautiful image of him with me there. We have moved from CAM to TCI medicine, complementary and alternative medicine. We have moved from the alternative, you or me, to complementary, which is you and me, to integrative, which is us, where we become a team. And in this TCI medicine, where does yoga fit in? Yoga therapy, we must remember, it is nesting inside the larger yoga, and hence is neither separate nor greater than yoga. And today we have numerous standard textbooks on yoga therapy. We have associations for yoga therapy. We have journals of yoga therapy. And if you go to PubMed, you can see nearly 7,000 results for the term yoga therapy in PubMed. But the credit to this whole integration of yoga in the modern medical setting must be given to Professor Madan Mohan sir, who has been a pioneer in integrating yoga and modern medicine during his more than 3 decades at JIPMA, and following that at SBB and now at the Vinayaka Missions. Health is a dynamic state, and it can be understood as a dynamic movement, a continuum between this is, which is pathogenic, and is, which is salutogenic. So we are moving towards health. The term salutogenesis comes from the Latin salus, which means health, and Greek genesis, which means the source. So in combination, sources of health. And for salutogenesis, the heart of salutogenesis lies in what is called the sense of coherence. The sense of coherence means that there is a long-lasting dynamic feeling of confidence that our internal and external environments are predictable and that things will work out as well as can be expected. And when we have a sense of coherence, there's strong positive correlation to perceived health, mental health, and quality of health. The first of the components of this SOC is that it should be comprehensible. My world is understandable. The second is a coping skill. My world is manageable. And the third part is motivation. My world has meaning. So when we can look at our life and we can say, my world is understandable, my world is manageable, my world has meaning, well, we are having a sense of coherence and salutogenic wellness. Now, what happens when you don't have it? You go into pathogenesis. So pathogenesis is looking at what is the disease. We are trying to avoid the problem. We see disease and we want to be reactive so that we don't have disease. We don't want pain or loss, and we try to keep ourselves alive. But salutogenesis is looking at health. How can you reach the potential? It is proactive. We want the presence of health, not just the absence of disease. We want to grow and discover how to live life fully. Hence, when we look at the illness-wellness continuum, the treatment paradigm, which is pathogenesis, looks only at one component, but the wellness paradigm, salutogenesis, goes right from the bottom to the top, right across the enabling wellness to manifest. When we talk about being a yoga therapist, we must have intelligence and empathy. We must be willing to share. We need to understand our limitations, realize we are not perfect, be willing to embark on a continuously expanding learning curve. Because the day we stop learning is the day we stop living. And if we let our ego come in, everything stops. When we look at the definition of health from the WHO, it talks about a dynamic state of complete physical, mental, spiritual well-being. And this is the very same wellness given to us by the Ashtanga of Maharishi Patanjali. Yama Niyama contributing to social health, Asana Pranayama to physical health, Pratyahara Dharana to mental health, and Dhyana Samadhi to spiritual health. And this wholesome wellness of salutogenesis is understood in our culture as swast. Acharya Shushruta, 600 BC, tells us that there has to be this balance, wellness, and there should be a tranquil contentment to be well. When we look at the modern yoga therapy, we understand the definition. It is a professional application of the principles and practices of yoga to promote health and well-being. This is the focus of salutogenesis. Within a therapeutic relationship, there is personalized assessment, goal setting, lifestyle management, and yoga practices for individuals or small groups. Again, coming back here, Antonovsky, who first has given us this term of salutogenesis, explains that when a stressor comes in, and we all have stress in life, the stressor that comes in creates a tension. How we perceive that tension can lead us along salutogenesis towards health and wellness, or pathogenesis towards breakdown, disease, and death. So the leap is upstream, moving from pathogenesis towards salutogenesis. And this is where yoga therapy enables salutogenic wellness to manifest. It works at the level of the body, mind, and spirit. At the body level, restoring function, creating healing. At the mind level, reducing suffering and creating healing. And at the level of the spirit, reducing suffering and creating community. And hence, all aspects of the pieces are brought together in that wholesome Purna Swarupa of health itself. This is well understood through the psychoneuroimmunology, where the nervous system, immune system, endocrine system, they all work together. And we realize that the perception of stress is what creates the stress. If you don't perceive something as stressful, it's not going to matter to you. So the perception of stress is what we want to change through yoga, changing the perception of stress. Because if you look at the impact of stress on the hypothalamo-pituitary adrenal axis and sympathetic nervous system, the whole cascade down from stress to disease, adi to vyadi, we find that yoga can impact positively at all the levels. And the most important level is relaxation. Because relaxation is the key to healing. When we are healing, when we want healing, we need to relax. And it facilitates the relaxation response. And this is why I'm convinced that yoga's greatest contribution to modern healthcare and wellness is by yogic relaxation. Because it impacts in a positive way that same psychoneuroimmunology, which was impacted negatively by stress. And this is where to have salutagenesis, the yoga therapy is not just about asana and pranayama. It's not even about a few meditative techniques, but it is about a whole healthy lifestyle where our activities and exercise, achar, our thoughts and attitudes, vichar, our diet, ahar, our recreation, vihar, and our relationships, vyavahar, are all brought into a sense of wellness. Because healing is ultimately multifactorial. Lifestyle on one side, attitude on the other side, relaxation and breathing, and they all contribute to healing. And healing is what salutagenesis wellness is about. You don't just want to cure, you want to heal. And this is where the lifestyle, the attitude, the breathing, the relaxation, all of them are found in yoga. And you don't have to take an injection for it. You don't have to take a pharmaceutical agent that will have side effects. Instead, through yoga, you get the side benefits of the practice. And this is why today we realize we are moving into a biopsychosocial spiritual model of wellness, biologically affecting all the biological systems, socially affecting all our sociological aspects, the psychological aspects through the mind, and the spiritual aspects where we feel connected to the whole universe. A very beautiful schematic given by the Yoga for Better Health team, where the biological, social, psychological, and spiritual aspects of our humanness are all brought into that beautiful state of wellness through the practice of yoga therapy. And the core principle is we need to shift from the focus on me to the focus on we. Moving from an individualistic tendency to only focus on what's in it for me and limit yourself, moving into a collectivistic, universal perspective where we understand all are having a shared human experience. And that experience is enhanced by the practice of yoga. And the key element here, resilience. Because the resilience is what helps you bounce back. During the COVID pandemic, we have all gone down. But it's nothing wrong about falling down. No shame in falling down. But the shame is if you don't get back up again. So 99 times down, 100 times up is resilience. And for this, you have to enhance your capacity, empower yourself through yoga, and be ready to face the challenge. When your capacity is high and the challenge is high, you start to grow. That is the conscious evolution of yoga. And this is where we need to refocus on wholesomeness and salutagenesis and move consciously from dukkham to sukham. This type of approach where salutagenesis and yoga therapy comes into the modern medical healthcare system. It is what is 21st century medicine, as said by my beloved Dada, Dilip Sarkarji, who is the past president of American Heart Association, as the International Association of Yoga Therapists. If you want to have a sense of wellness, if you want to have that sense of salutogenic well-being, that's first, you need to have gratitude. Because gratitude is the highest attitude. When we have gratitude to life, we will strive to be the best version of ourselves. And in doing so, we will affect the world in a positive manner. I would like to thank the whole team at Mahir, especially Professor Ilagovan sir and others, for this invitation to address you in this memorable event on the International Day of Yoga. Site of Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth. I'm happy to share our expertise with all of you and welcome you to visit us, join us, and as we share, we care. And as we care and share, we all grow. That is the message I want to share with you today. Let us all be the best version of ourselves. Hari Om Tat Sat, Nandri Vanakkam, Dhanyavada.
Thank you, sir. As you said, the salutagenesis will bring Sugha Prapti Dukkha Nivritti, long-lasting dynamic period of coherence to achieve mental, physical health just by salutagenesis. Thank you once again, sir. Now I welcome Dr. K.S. Balasubramaniam. Once again. Just hold on for a few minutes.
Is there a?